right, you bunch of yahoos, strap yourselves in for another episode of Dan and Don's Toxic Masculinity.
In other words, shut up, sit up, and pay attention. And welcome back to another episode of Toxic Masculinity, where we are here to entertain, offend, defend anybody and anyone that we care to. I mean, so it's still here in the United States. You have the right and freedom to either watch us or not. That's your decision here. Right now, I've got my cohort in crime, the one, the only mustachioed Don the Predator Frye, and yours truly, Dan the Severn. We have a special guest this evening, all the way from Russia. We'll find out exactly where, but we have Oleg Taktarov. He's a fighter. He's got a submission grappling background, a judo background. He's got a mixed martial arts background. And more recent time, basically an actor in quite a few different films. So we're actually honored and pleased that he has joined us. It's actually very early in his part of the world where we're at, and we'll get to this as we commence in this topsy-turvy episode of Toxic Masculinity. I really need to lay off the caffeine this late at night, don't I?
That's a mouthful. Jeez.
Watch out.
You're able to ride your horses, right? That's what I hear all the time. Like, oh, now I can ride my horse again. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You're still riding horses, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love my horse.
You like you are. I sold my horse because it's too expensive to keep the horse here. So
it's stupid what's going on in the world with the prices of everything. The inflation is going crazy. It's just the political rich are just trying to starve everybody else out, you know. And to tell you what, that's why they're afraid. That's why they want to get rid of the Second Amendment, because you got guns. You can defend yourself. You can change the bullshit going on at the top, and most of the people at the top are cowards, you know, and they have the people in the middle and at the lower end do the job for them, you know. And
not just the cowards. Usually they either gay or child molesters and something like that.
Yeah, fucking pedophiles.
That's what story tells us. Once somebody passed away, then you hear, oh fuck, this politician was a gay. Oh shit, this politician was a child molester. So you're like, fuck.
Right.
Well, nice to hear.
Yeah.
So those guys are making war for you. Like, okay, I understand. Thanks so much.
Yeah, fucking pedophiles are garbage. Pedophiles need to be killed because there's no cure for that bullshit. So they need to be taken out and whacked, you know, shot right in town square in front of everybody. Because there's no cure for that shit. They repeat, you know, completely.
My life is much more simple. Like 9 o'clock, I'm gonna play soccer. It's only 7:15 right now. 9 a.m. I'm gonna play soccer for 2 hours. It's only it's like my cigar, like my drink.
Yeah.
That's what I enjoy it in my city. I got the team, and I got team in Moscow. I got team even in Belarus. I got team in LA. Sunday, Saturday for past 20 years, maybe less. I play soccer, so Russian football. So, and after we go to beer, and feels like okay, it's a wonderful day. That's my hobby. That's what I've been doing for pretty long. I'm like, hey, now I'm not. I don't have a fear to twist my ligaments, to hurt my knees. Now I can try to learn how to play soccer, and I started doing it almost professionally. Like I would train 3 times a day. I would take special lessons and stuff. Now I'm okay. I can actually join any team. I see the field. I can do passes and not so much dribbling, but you know, I score like last time I scored a bunch of goals. So, and the best thing when there's a fighting on the field,
Yeah.
it never happens to me. Never.
They all walk away from you, huh?
Nobody wants to, fuck around with me. That's a beauty. Nobody wants to hit me from behind.
Is it league for just for fun, or was it league or just for fun?
Just fun, yeah. I played semi-pro like 15 years ago, but it was pretty scary.
What position do you play?
Half deep on the right side.
Yeah.
I don't get tired when I run. Used to be. Now I can't run. Now I walk. That's why I score now. I'm a scorer. More score.
Sneak up behind somebody, choke them out, and take the
I
ball.
did that. I choked couple guys, and my teammates still remember it. That's another reason why I don't want nobody really fighting with me. I can't punch them because you get soup and shit. You just you hug him.
Yeah.
Like you look in the eyes and you start choking them, and like he feels like, what am I gonna happen if Oleg doesn't stop? You see the fear in the eyes, and you let him go, and you never get the problem with that.
You don't play well with others, then.
My wife.
Oh.
I'm gonna get a brainstorm today. I'm waking her up. It's okay.
You're in trouble.
How long have you been married there, Oleg?
Well, I've been always living with someone. Unfortunately, I can't live by myself.
Yeah.
Don't want to go much to the story because they're all different. Like every my son has a different mother. I say every your son, if it's male, gotta have a own mother, because sons, they can't share mothers. They can share fathers. That's okay. Like they'll love me, but father is father. But mother is gotta be. You gotta have your own mother. That's what I say. You get all love from one woman, because I got so much love. I can spread this my love, and you have enough. The three of you.
Well, apparently my ex-wife had the same theory. She spread it around with a lot of others. So all kinds of people. Jeez.
Well, what kind of projects do you have coming up there, Oleg? I mean, what's next on your horizon? Is there some movies that are coming up on your horizon now, or you got some travel, or what's?
I hope I do. Then the Thieves second one in November. I hope it's been scheduled to shoot in November. Actually, it's been scheduled to shoot this summer, but because of the crisis, they're supposed to shoot in Belgrade, so they had to move. And I do some movies here in Russia, but for Screen Actors Guild, for insurance, you have to do at least one film in the United States, and it's like obligatory. I have to always think about what I'm going to do. During the COVID, I was lucky. I got some work. It was a man from Toronto, for example. You stay for 2 weeks at a quarantine in an apartment. You get paid for it. It was nice. So it was I think the only film I did that year.
Oh.
I was like, oh shit, I'm not gonna have insurance.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna have enough money for insurance.
Let's go back to the fight game real fast. What was it like fighting the beast, Dan Severn? Because I was in his corner, but as I recall, he cheated, and you should have won the fight. But Dan, he laced his gloves with the same thing that oh geez, those other boxers would lace their gloves with to make you tired, and they smother you out, and so
Chloroform?
Yeah, chloroform. See, oh, look at that. He knew the name right away. Jeez. Right there.
The first ultimate, I got more tired being checked up by 2 doctors. After a fight with Mark Roers, I had 12 minutes to get myself ready, and I got 2 doctors checking my health, like get up, jump, do this, do that. I'm like, guys, you know what? I'm already tired from you more than from previous fight. And anyways, that was a great lesson for me, and I always tell people at the seminars. Dan knows I got his leg doing the knee bar.
Yes.
And if I didn't start change the grip, if I just continue doing what I was doing, maybe I would have a little chance to finish. But I decided, I gotta break the same knee that got me cut on my forehead and UFC number 5. I was, young, and like, you don't give enough extra pain to person, especially, you got to make money for your family. It's your business. You don't hurt people. You don't do unnecessary pain. So it was a good lesson to me. It was like a universal lesson. You just, you should just tap person out, say thank you so much, get checks and go. But for me, it was very important. I gotta break the same knee, not another one, but in the same one. It's a youth was telling me all the stupidity. So there was that too much pride, I guess.
Well, Dan was smart enough to know what pain was. He would just keep going.
I did tap up different matches. I mean, when I was caught, because I did not want to. Maybe it's because I was a little bit older at the time, going through competition.
Smart, yes. Strategically, you knew like you shouldn't do too much. Just enough. It's a business, so you got to make money, and so.
Right.
If I was a little older, I probably would do the same. But I was 27, I think, at that time, or 28. So I just want to get maximum. I gotta get the whole world, not just win the fight. So that was a great lesson. And after UFC, I kept fighting for maybe 2 years. Once in a while, just get extra money, but it was a shitty game, I gotta tell you. One time we were fighting like Russians against Brazilians. They build up teams, and they hired a manager for some fighter who was not a fighter actually. He was a soldier who served in Afghanistan. Like he got the concussions. He was in a prison and jail. Like he basically put himself in pieces like a few years ago, and he was joining our team. So I had some very strange manager from Miami, I remember, and like he was very friendly, overly friendly. Like, hey guys, let's have a Russian tradition, and he was Jewish. Let's have a Russian tradition, drink tea before the fight. So the whole team was drinking tea, like a couple hours. And then everybody came to me, Oleg, I feel like I want to sleep. I feel like I'm just crash here on the mat. And I said, guys, don't worry about it. It's always like this, because I was basically the only one experienced guy in the team. They all coming to me and like, everything is okay. And I see him, I feel the same at the time, like, oh shit, what's wrong with me? Like, are you dizzy? So they put the sleeping pills or something in this tea, poisoned the whole fucking team. And all those guys were, some of them, they were taxi drivers, some of them masseuses, some of them, they were lawyers. So none of them ever competed. They did sambo in the past, maybe for one day, but most of those guys were not really fighters. Only me, actually. So that's That's what kind of game I had to experience. Or in Japan, for example. So I'm having a dinner with Antonio Inoki and a Pancration found about that I had a dinner. So they thought Antonio Inoki already bought me out. I said, and that was not true. I didn't tell him yes. The next thing you get in for ankle lock, they just referee stopped the fight like 5 minutes earlier, not letting you finish the guy. Like, shit, what the fuck is it? You know what? I don't want to be there. I don't want to participate in this business, dirty business. At least UFC was pretty honest. It was.
Yeah, Bob Meyerowitz, or Davies, they were honest. They took good care of me when Coleman beat the shit on me. They took care of my big medical bills and all that.
I still talk to them. It's not Bob Meyerowitz. I mean, he really loves to sometimes to get the, email, text, whatever. He likes to help. In fact, if I ask him to talk to some Russian media, say, because we got some new guy here in Russia from the Caucasian mountains. They were saying like, "Hey, Oleg is not the first champion like from Russia." What the fuck? Just all crazy stuff, And they call Bob Myers to clarify this. I said, "Well, I was out of your mind. You can, this gentleman is good. He's a champ, but when you're trying to award him, don't put Oleg down. He was 23 years prior to this guy. If it was not for Oleg, maybe this guy would never
right, never left town, right? Yeah. Wouldn't know anything about it. Yeah, the shit we went through, was unbelievable. I mean, nobody would do it today. Nobody
right now.
No.
It's unhuman. They say it's unhuman. Fight no gloves.
What would you give? What kind of advice would you give to, like, say, a young athlete if they came to you now, Oleg, and they said, I'd like to get into mixed martial arts? What kind of advice would you give to a young athlete like now? I mean,
don't get married.
Don't get married. Yeah.
Well, that's to everybody about any occupation, and make sure you get a prenup on top of that.
Get a prenup.
No, Dan, think about it. If guy is like 26 or 30 and he never competed and like, I want to get in this game, I said, no, you don't need that. I wouldn't say you're too old for it. You have to. It's a mentally have to be ready for it. I mean, you gotta be created by universe for the fighting. It's a whole different story. You gotta have a previous life, young age. First of all, I mean, right now you gotta start doing MMA at age, I would say 13, 14 already. You gotta start doing something.
I agree.
Or wrestling is a fundamental, and wrestling or judo is a basis.
Yeah, judo, sambo, jiu-jitsu, all those types of things earlier in life, because
I still think that we're much better in what field. Like, you knew wrestling better than any wrestlers right now.
Right.
In my case, of course, the only struggle I had is it was no gi. I couldn't grab the naked person. I didn't learn anything. I had to learn it only when I came to the United States, training with Ken Shamrock. That's only like 3 months of preparation with no gi fighting. But I knew all the submissions, I knew all the other technique, and I knew it very well. If some guy did striking, he really has a knockout power, and if you let him know how to defend himself on the ground from grappling, from takedowns, maybe But I still think about like you, Dan, Randy Couture, the great wrestlers, and there would be no stoppage, for example, again, like you gotta go for 30 minutes. I don't think you guys would lose anybody, no? I mean, if you, of course, bring you back at your prime to this day.
Right.
I don't think so. And I don't think those guys could fight for 30 minutes nonstop either.
Right.
They,
It's
they're
like
training.
Pride, they had the 10-5-5. That first round was 10 minutes. That was a barn burner, and I mean, now they go 5-5-5 or 5-5-5-5-5, but that that 5 minute would save them, give them a minute break. But in that 10-minute barn, that was a barn burner. And then back when we were fighting, there was no limit. It would just go, there was no rounds, and
Yeah, you gotta
go.
do strategy. You gotta not to waste your energy at the beginning. You gotta pace yourself. Plus, when you have to 3 fights, you don't give all yourself in the first 2 fights.
Yeah.
So it's also another strategy, but you still have to win, not to waste yourself, but win. It's a difficult game. I don't think many modern fighters can participate in this game because they train for one fight. They knew 5 minutes. That's all they have to go. I mean, then break another 5 minutes and then see third round. They already passed out.
Yeah.
Only few fights.
Yeah, most of them aren't even. Some of these guys, they can't get out of the first fucking round. For a championship fight, they're worn out in the first 5 minutes. It's like, what the fuck is the deal with you guys? You're
Right.
supposed to go 25 minutes, and you can't even get out of the first round. What are you thinking?
But just like what Oleg is saying there also, that when you know that a match is unlimited, and if someone got a dominant position on you, knowing that there is no standing up, you have to work out from underneath that bottom position. Right. And because Big John or whoever the referee is not going to stop this match, because back then you had to work for everything. It was simply unlimited. During that NHB, the no holds barred era, it was unlimited time. The average match during that NHB period of time was 2 minutes and 22 seconds, a very bloody and violent 2 minutes and 22 seconds. So, to see matches go beyond a 5 minute mark were almost like unheard of at that point. And then, they had, but the UFC had to eventually put time constraints because it's still a television product. It's a pay-per-view product. And if it goes off the air, the corporation is going to lose money on that. So that's where timetables had to be put in. More rules had to come in again to pacify various state athletic commissioners and that. But no, I agree with both you are saying there tonight, that if you look at modern day MMA and you look at the predecessor, that no holds barred era, more people would rather watch the no holds barred era because it just showed gritty individuals versus I can play the time because, Oleg could have a position on me and my corner can yell out, hang in there, Dan, there's 30 more seconds. And somehow I'll try to hang on and then till the clock runs out. But now Oleg goes back to his corner. I go back to my corner. I get 1 minute to get all freshened up, stuff like that. But where does the match start again? It starts on your feet to where, once you have a position advantage, you just impose your will upon another person. Eventually, you're going to break their will. Right. It sucks. It sucks to be the hammer and the anvil. Everyone, I'd rather be the hammer any day and not the anvil. So yes.
Oh, like the late Paul Varlin. The late Paul Varlin said, he was really happy because when he fought Marco Huas, he kept it until nobody could see the end of the fight. They went past the time constraints on the pay-per-view. And he said that was the happiest thing I did. I cost them money,
And
Thank you for watching another episode of Dan and Don's Toxic Masculinity. You better like, subscribe, and share, or I'm going to come to your house.